What's going on, Stim Junkies? High Stim Ace here. Welcome to the 5th video in a series of 9 for the top lists of 2024. In case you guys haven't seen the first 4 videos, then I don't know what you're even doing with your lives right now. Make sure to click the link down below. I'm going to pin the comment. You guys can check it out with my playlist with all the top 4 videos. This is the 5th one, and we got another 4 coming until the end of December, in which, believe me guys, New Year's Eve is going to culminate with the epic grand finale. And I don't want to spoil it, guys, but it's going to be really good. But the list that we have building up till then, man, I got a couple of hitters here, and I'm super excited to be sharing those lists with you guys. I spent weeks and months agonizing, going over the nitty gritty, and last second, a whole bunch of new products came in. You know how it is, guys. What we're going to be going over today, guys, is the top 8 nootropics of 2024. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I haven't really gotten into nootropics until about maybe 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. I've taken pre-workouts with nootropic ingredients such as alpha-GBC, L-tyrosine, and a couple of other ones, right? But I've never actually been into straight up, straight alone, standalone nootropics beforehand. And I kind of find that I really like nootropics. I find that they're not all the same. They're obviously not all created equal. Certain nootropics are very much in the background. They just kind of enhance your cognition a little bit, give you a little bit of a speedy effect, a little bit more focus, and they just kind of assist you with your daily tasks. And then you have other nootropics that really get you stimmed up, gives you a little bit of a buzz, really. So on those days that you're really agonizing going into work or doing chores or whatever you got to do, you're going to take one of those semi-illicit ones and really be buzzing for the whole day. So we got different categories in here, guys, but we are going to go in order from my least favorite to my favorite, but they are here, right? They're on this top 8 list, so these are all good products. But with that being said, guys, we're going to roll the intro and we're going to get to the number 8 spot. Let's get to it. Gotta let it burn. At number 8, we're going to start off with my good friends from Panda Subs, and this one right here is the Panda Focus. I love this tub. First of all, just a side note, not that that really reflects the contents of this package here, but I love it. You got the Panda here with the big glasses, the nerdy Panda, and I like the color scheme. It has a nice rugged edge to it. It feels really nice. It's got like this little holographic feel on it. So I love the tub. Panda's really good with that stuff. But the reason I like this one here is because it's a really, really small scoop size, 4.4 grams per scoop. You're getting 30 servings per container. I haven't reviewed this one yet. I will be reviewing it. This tub here is empty, which means I went through the entire tub, and I really like this one. And it's got a decent amount of ingredients, probably like 12, 13 ingredients just from quickly glancing over it. But they're dosed relatively low. It's not blowing you up with caffeine or anything else for that matter. It keeps everything light. Like I said, 4.4 grams per scoop. But this here is a mild, in the background kind of nootropic. Like I said at the top of the video, sometimes you don't want to be too hopped up. You don't want to be in a bubble every time, but you want a little bit of a boost, little mood elevation, little extra focus, a little bit more of a speedy effect. You want your cognition to be sharp, and you really want to be able to enhance your performance, right? So for those days, for those everyday kind of situations, this here is a great product. There's nothing illicit in here that would require you to reset your tolerance, to cycle off, or anything like that. I still wouldn't take it every day, but 3, 4, even 5 days a week, you could take this one, no problem whatsoever. Light scoop, doesn't affect your stomach in a negative way, low amount of caffeine, nothing crazy, 150 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous, and then 100 milligrams of dicaffeine malate, which yields like 50 or 75%. So definitely a good product, and it's worthy of the number 8 spot on the list. We're starting strong, guys, with Panda Subs, Panda Focus. At number 7, we got my good friends over at NutriFit to thank for this one. And what we have coming in at that number 7 spot is their Codex Nootropic, coming in at pill format, right? So this one here is what I'd like to call a pure nootropic, a classic nootropic, if you will, because a lot of nootropics in this day and age, they like to enhance the nootropic effects by adding stimulants such as Genesis to increase the mood, give you a little bit of a feel-good buzz, or some of them even like throwing in a lot of caffeine or alpha-yo to give you more stimulation, right? They give you more of a complete kind of package with the nootropics, giving you stimulants on top of it. But this one here really doesn't have that much stimulants, almost no stimulants, if I'm being honest. I think there is a little bit of caffeine in here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, you do have the anhydrous at 125 milligrams, But other than that, you don't really have any other stimulants. It's pure nootropic blend. And really, this one is going to be in the background, but it's going to increase your memory, your brain function, your cognition, really get you focused, dialed in on whatever it is that you're doing. So this one here is definitely safe to take every single day if you're going to work, if you're dealing with a lot of paperwork, tedious tasks, whatever. Not going to necessarily give you that energy or that mood elevation, but really going to get you focused and dialed in. So focus is the star of the show with this one. You're getting 30 servings in here, 3 caps per serving. I like personally stacking this with a cup of coffee. I'll take the 3 caps, I'll sip on the coffee over the next 20, 30 minutes, and it's going to kind of enhance and amplify those effects. That's how High Stim Ace likes to do it. I'm just putting you guys in a little bit of game. But coming in at the number 7 spot, NutriFit, Codex, Nootropic. At number 6, we got Magico from Extremis Cartel, and I do not have the container. I threw it out. I finished it. This one came out, I think, in the beginning of 2024, very close to the beginning of 2024, and I love this product. Also a light scoop from what I remember. I think it was like 5 grams per scoop. I could be mistaken, but you can either take it at 1 or 2 scoops. I usually took it at a scoop and a half. That was my sweet spot personally, bringing it to about 7.5 grams, and that one was also kind of in the background, but it definitely had more of a little bit of that feel-good element to it. It gave you a little bit of a buzz, nothing crazy, not like one of these 2 amino pre-workouts or anything like that, but definitely give you a nice little buzz, a good focus, very clean, no anxiety, no elevated heart rate, just a good positive mood elevation, gives you the confidence to get done whatever it is that you were trying to accomplish, and it gives you those nootropics to really dial you in. I personally like taking it for gaming sessions. I don't game all that much anymore. I got a really busy schedule. My life's insane right now, but when I was into gaming, I would like to take 1.5 scoops and really get in a good 2-hour session, really dialed me in. That's something that I like to do personally, but I don't really do that anymore. I don't have time to game, guys. I wish I did, but I don't. But I really enjoyed that one. It tasted really good as well. I used to mix it in with water and a lot of ice. I would chug most of it and then sip on the rest for the next couple of minutes, and I really enjoyed that one. So I got to give that spot, the number 5 spot, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, the number 6 spot to my good friends over at Extremis Cartel for their Magico Nootropic. All right, so now we're at the number 5 spot, guys. It's easy to mix things up when you have so many lists. I have so many lists, guys. You don't even know what's coming. But speaking of what's coming, guys, at the number 5 spot, we got the all-new winged nootropic from Elevate Labs. Yes, guys, Elevate Labs. When I recorded the review, I was referring to them as Elevate Subs for most of the review. And, you know, these mistakes do happen. So apologies to my good friends over at Elevate Labs. Yes, Elevate Labs brought us this incredible product. It's a new product, just came out a couple of months ago, new company, but I speak with the owner regularly. Great guy, down to earth. He loves watching a lot of reviewer channels, and he's got big plans for the future. Okay, I'm not allowed to reveal more, but he's got big plans for the future, and I'm super excited to see what else they have on the horizon. But this one here, I just reviewed it literally a week ago, so you guys could check out that review in my reviews playlist. It's got a nice blend of nootropics, feel-good ingredients, and stimulants. So this right here is definitely going to come a little bit more to the forefront. You could take it at either 2 or 4 caps, 4 caps being the full dose. That will definitely have you stimmed up a little bit, okay? Not like super hopped up, but definitely more than your regular self. So if you want to take this for work, take it at the 2-cap dose. But if you want to be a little bit extra for the day and preferably for training purposes, you could take this at 4 caps, and you are getting 25 servings in here for the 4-cap dose. But believe me, guys, this one here at 2 caps hits pretty hard as well. So definitely check this one out. Show them some love to my good friends over at Elevate Labs, and watch the review if you haven't yet, because I really do break it down and go into the details, labels, and all that other fun stuff. But at the number 5 spot, we got the Elevate Labs Winged Nootropic. At number 4, we got a brand that I'm sure a lot of you guys haven't heard of, or maybe you have, who knows? A lot of you guys are very savvy when it comes to these things, but this is a unique company, a unique product from a brand that I really learned to love and appreciate. And what I'm talking about is the Warrior Focus from Samurai Science Nutrition. This is technically marketed as a pre-workout, but as you guys can see in my review, which once again you can find in my reviews playlist, this thing really functions as a crazy nootropic when taken at half a dose. I like this as a pre-workout. It definitely gave me enough energy and stimulation to do whatever I needed to do in the gym. But if I'm being honest, guys, I like taking this at half a dose, and it gives you such a good nootropic effect. It definitely gives you a little bit of that illicitness, a little bit of that buzz, a little bit of that high, if you will, but not to the point where it overtakes you, where you're hopped up and you're bouncing on walls or anything like that. It's clean. It's focus driven. It puts you in a little bit of a tunnel, but in a very productive manner. And it makes you feel good. You feel floaty on this, but not to the point where you get lightheaded and lazy or anything like that. Quite the opposite. This is a very, very productive kind of product. And again, it's marketed as a pre-workout, but it's got a really unique ingredient profile. And I like this much more as a nootropic. It's got some really interesting ingredients in here. Not going to go through the label, guys. If you want to watch the review, check it out on my reviews playlist, as you can with all my other reviews. But this one's really cool. A nice blend of ingredients here, and it's a special one. It's a really, really special one. 9 grams is the full dose. You can take it at 4.5, 5 grams and get a freaking amazing nootropic. That's, by the way, going to last like a long time, like 6, 7, 8 hours. So long lasting, tastes really freaking good. It comes in 2 flavors. This one is the lemonade iced tea. I think they have a cherry limeade. I think that's the other flavor if I'm not mistaken, but really, really good, guys. From my good friends over at Samurai Science Nutrition, check out their Warrior Focus. Great product, guys. Really, really like it. Coming in at the number 4 spot. All right, guys, the top three products are here upon us, the top 3 nootropics of 2024, and we're going to start with the number 3 and build our way up. And what we have here is InfiniteBrain from PsychoFara. Now, I really love PsychoFara as a company because they don't have a crap ton of products. They have just a few products, pretty much 1 or 2 products in each category, and that's it. And they don't really add new products to their lineups often. Very rarely, maybe once in a while, they'll add a new flavor to their Edge of Insanity pre-workout, but they don't really do all that much. They've reformulated maybe 3 or 4 times in the history of their company when it comes to their pre-workouts, but pretty much they have their products and they make their products incredible. So all their products are good. I've never had a bad product from them. Their Fat Burner, which I haven't reviewed yet, by the way, the Far Beyond Driven, freaking amazing. One of the best fat burners. Their pre-workout, the freaking Edge of Insanity, it's going to have you going insane in the gym in the best way possible. And all their other products are freaking hitters as well. Their pump formula, amazing. That's definitely going to make it on my pumps list, so stay tuned for that. But when it comes to nootropics, this one here is perfect because it's such a good blend of everyday use that you can take this every day without building a tolerance. There's nothing really crazy in this label. No Nupep, no Araya, nothing like that. But you're going to get such a good mood elevation from this and such a nice focus. And you definitely feel this one. And you feel it very quickly. It's going to hit you in like 5 to 7, maybe 8 minutes. You're going to feel this one very, very fast. Not a big label on here. Nothing crazy in here. You got the Alpha GBC. You got the Mucana Pariras, the Lion's Mane, caffeine, and like 3, 4 other ingredients. So minimalist label. It's not a heavy scoop. It's 7.8 grams for the scoop. Comes in with 30 servings per container. Very affordable price. And it comes in 2 flavors, which are both banging. This here is the Plato's Lemon Punch. This is my favorite flavor. They also do have a Mozart's Passion Fruit Mango, which is very, very good. They're a little bit on the sweet side. So what I like to do is mix it in with like 25 ounces of water. You know, just mix it in with a lot of water and then throw in some ice, shake it up, and it tastes better that way. Because if you dilute it with more water, it's going to lessen that sweetness. If you add it with just like a little bit of water, 4, 5, 6 ounces, it's going to be very sweet. So I like chugging half of it and then sipping on the rest for the next like 15, 20 minutes. And it really builds in so nicely. This is a really, really good one. Reviewed this one a couple of months ago on the channel. Once again, you can watch it on the reviews playlist. I link it in the video description on every video. But I love this one. I love PsychoFara. Great company, very consistent. Their products always hit. And this one here is no different. So at the number 3 spot, we got to give it to InfiniteBrain from my good friends over at PsychoFara. All right, guys, coming in at the number 2 spot, we got a product that just launched not too long ago, maybe a month and a half ago, something like that. And I just reviewed this one not too long ago on the channel, maybe 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. I dropped my review for this one. This right here is what I like to call a Stim Junkies nootropic. And what we have here is the crazy over-the-top speed from Vices and Vibes. Guys, this one here is next level crazy. Don't you dare underestimate it, because if you're not properly ready for it, it will kick your ass. The label on here is pretty big. It's not a crazy massive label like the next one that I'm going to share with you, which comes in at the number 1 spot, but the label's pretty big. The dosages are pretty big, and you do have some crazy stimulants in here as well. Okay, so this isn't just a regular nootropic. This is a Stim Junkies nootropic. So if you want something to take that's really not only going to get you focused, dialed in, and efficient, but it's also going to get you hopped up and get you stimmed up, something you can actually take for training. Then this here is what you're looking for, my friends. This provides such a good mood elevation. It's got that Araya Pura in there, which is a trademarked form of Araya Genesis, coming in at 350 milligrams. You got the Beta PEA, also trademarked as Thin-Fen, coming in at 400 milligrams. You got Subroxy at 500 milligrams, a classic nootropic ingredient, DMAE, Halostashin, Vincamide, which helps with brain function, and you got Alpha Yo at 1.5 milligrams also. So this one here is freaking crazy. You do have less caffeine in here, 200 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous, which I like. So they're not blowing you up with caffeine. You're not going to get that crazy elevated heart rate. They are giving you the caffeine to activate all those other ingredients, but they're really letting the stimulants and the nootropics in here shine. I reviewed this one, guys. Watch the review. This is a crazy product. I really like it. Definitely gives you a speedy effect, no pun intended. You're going to be hopped up on this one. And the full serving size is 6 capsules, but you could take it at 2, you could take it at 3, you could take it at 4, whatever works for you guys. But I would say if you want to take this for work or anything like that, take 2, okay, and see how it affects you. It takes a little bit of time to build, but when it hits you, you're definitely going to know that you're on the other side. So start off with 2, assess your tolerance, and you can build your way up if you want. You could definitely run this at 6 caps as a pre-workout, maybe pair with like a light pump formula, because this has the entire stim and feel-good package in here that you need. So pair with a light pump formula and you're good to go. Great product coming into the number 2 spot. We got the Speed Nootropic from Vices and Vibes. All right, guys, it is finally time for High Stim Ace to reveal the number 1 nootropic of 2024. And the one I have here for you guys, the best nootropic, the number 1 crazy high stim nootropic of 2024 is none other than the legendary and iconic Overtime from Apollon Nutrition. Scratch that. From Anarchy Labs. Yeah, guys, the Overtime nootropic is now officially under the Anarchy Labs umbrella. Anarchy Labs did form in 2016, and they did merge with Apollon Nutrition, and Apollon got bigger and bigger over the years, and as they grew and started focusing on the health line and the millions of supplements and health products they have, they became kind of mainstream in a good way, but they decided that Anarchy Labs had to come back, and they essentially took all the crazy, insane, over-the-top stim junkie stuff and moved it back under the Anarchy Labs umbrella. And in my opinion, I think it was a great move. They already have like 6 or 7 products, and there's many, many more coming in 2025. But this here, the Overtime nootropic, used to be under the Apollon umbrella. Now it is under the Anarchy Labs umbrella. This thing is crazy, guys. You want stim junkie? It doesn't get more stim junkie than this one. And it just goes to show you that the full dose here, the full serving size, is 8 capsules. Yeah, 8 capsules gives you the full serving, because you can't contain this entire label in less than 8 caps. This thing is freaking crazy. By the way, these two have the exact same formula. The formula has not changed. They just shifted over and are now selling it under Anarchy Labs, but I still got a lot in here, so I'm going to go through this before opening this version here. And I have to thank my friend Tropic for sending this one my way. I will be reviewing it soon. And Tropic, by the way, the formulator, shouts out to Tropic, man. This dude is next level genius when it comes to formulating the proteins, the pre-workouts, the nootropics, pretty much everything in Apollon Nutrition. So kudos to you, my friend, and Anarchy Labs. But with that being said, guys, the label on here is freaking crazy. And they tell you right off the bat, you can take this at either 4 or 8 capsules. And let me tell you guys, at 4 capsules, which is half the dose, you're going to feel this one more than you feel pretty much anything else on this list at a full dose. This thing is crazy. This thing is next level. This thing is stim junkie, okay? So only you diehard stim heads should be thinking about taking this one. And what I love about it more than anything, besides the fact that this formula comes together so nicely, it's a big formula, guys, like close to 20 ingredients in here, maybe less, maybe 17, 18, I don't know. I'm not going to count, but it's a big, massive label. And what I love about it is that everything just makes sense. It all comes together. Crazy dosages. You got Beta PEA at 750 milligrams, Araya Genesis at 500 milligrams, Alpha GBC at 800, Lion's Mane at 750. Like this thing is crazy, okay? This thing at a full dose is going to have you hopped up for 12 hours, okay? At 8 caps, this thing is going to have you stimmed up for 8 hours, if not longer, okay? So if you're taking this at 8 caps, I better see you guys going to the gym and not just chilling, because this thing is crazy, guys. I don't even know what to tell you. You got Alpha Yo in here on 1.5 milligrams. You got Noopept at 30 milligrams. Canna to really take off the edge a little bit. You don't see Canna used all that often in ingredients anymore today, and it's really sad. but you got caffeine and hydrous in here as well. Not a crazy amount, at least not by Apollon/Anarchy standards, 300 milligrams for that caffeine, and a whole bunch of other things, okay? This is a big label, and what I love about it is that even at 2 caps, which by the way is a quarter of the dose, you're still gonna feel this one. So if I ever need to be productive, I need to do something, and I really need to get focused and dialed in, but I also want that sense of urgency and that mood elevation, I can take this at 2 or 3 caps out of the 8 cap dose, and I'm gonna be on it. I can't even remember the last time I took this at 8 caps, because if I'm taking it at 8 caps, I'm getting my ass to the gym. Pair of light pump formula on top of it, such as their Senshi pump formula, which you can, by the way, get on their website, anarchylabs.com, discount code ACE15. But this one here, guys, is next level, and I love the original version. I love the aesthetic of the original version, very classic Apollon nutrition, but the new version here really shines. I really dig it. It looks so freaking cool, and it's really going to have you sharp as a samurai sword. This thing's incredible. I love it, and it earns the #1 spot. So once again, guys, Overtime Nootropic from Anarchy Labs gets the #1 spot on the High Stim Ace list of top nootropics for 2024. All right, guys, that is the list here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my breakdown of these products. I did try to go a little bit more into detail since there was less products in here, but in future videos, I will be having more products, especially when it comes to my last 2 videos. There's going to be a lot of products on there, so I'm going to have to give shorter, briefer definitions, which is hard for me because I like to ramble, but I'm going to do my best to cut it as short and to make it as concise and brief as possible. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video, comment below, share the channel with a stim junkie or a nootropic enthusiast. Follow me on Instagram at High Stim Ace, and I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. High Stim Ace, signing off.